Well, I've been getting a lot of emails asking me, well, why, Jose, do you support Obama? I'm like, what? Well, what do you mean support Obama? Can you point at any blog post or any of my podcasts in which I said I support Obama? Please point that out to me, because if it was me that said that, I'm going to shoot myself in the head. Because I didn't say that. I don't like Obama, but I hated Romney the most. And so I went off based on that. Just because you don't like Obama doesn't mean that you want something that's even worse than Obama. You don't want something that is 10 times worse. Or do you want a 40-year fascist dictatorship in this country? And you might say, well, Jose Romney's a different person. He was okay. No, don't give me that shit. I mean, look at the people that he surrounded himself with. John Bolton, fucking warmonger, and he's a bloody warmonger. I mean, he really wants to fight people. And he's totally a hothead. And he will do anything for a war. I mean, why do we want war? If we can avoid war, then that's even better. I'm not saying that what we have right now is actually perfect. I demand perfection, okay? I want a perfect president. But that's not going to happen. And until I see some form of perfection, some form of sanity in Washington, then I can say, well, now I support this candidate or I support that candidate. Until I see that sort of normalization going on in Washington, some sort of clamor for sanity, then I'll say, okay, I support so and so. But I didn't do that this election year. I supported causes. I support ideas. I support policies. For instance, this fiscal cliff bullshit. Well, let the super rich pay what they need to pay, and the middle class pay nothing. We're under a depression here, and we should not give billionaires an early Christmas present. We shouldn't be doing that. So, I mean, I don't know. But the other reason why I didn't support Romney, I mean, there were many reasons, of course, the Mormon thing and everything else. And yes, I have a right to judge him based on that. It's not a religious thing. It's more like the history of that organization, that cult, what they believe in, the oath of vengeance, the polygamy, the anti-woman, fascist, homophobic rhetoric. You have to really look at all of that shit. Now, if he was a Baptist or something like that, well, maybe we could make fun of that, but I don't think it would have been a problem, because Baptists are, they think differently. But crazy Republicans were surrounding Mitt Romney. That was my biggest pet peeve. You have these conservatives, these social conservatives, these moral majority types that were saying really stupid things. And if Romney would have won, they would have been vindicated. They would have been smiling today. They would have been, hurrah, we made it. We have legitimized our homophobic, racist, sexist, anti-American, pro-austerity, pro-banker ideologies. Southern Dixiecrat, here we come. And so, take a look at this video. I'm going to play this. I just found it right now. These were the people that were going to win. These were the people that were going to be placated into our history as the winners of this election. That would have been a step backward. I mean, look, I want you to listen to this. This hideous gargoyle, this fucking little toad, supposedly a prophet, a minister, or I don't know what he is. He calls himself a prophet. Prophet my cock. That's what he... What the fuck? All of these people, all these old little freaks and gargoyles, they come out and say, "Oh, the end of the world is going to be in 2 weeks. The end of the world is going to be in 2 weeks." And then what happened to that? Remember this old guy was predicting that the end of the world was coming soon and nothing happened? What happened to that shit? Oh, it skipped. It was postponed. Well, listen to this prophet, who's a Republican operative, conservative, religious right leader. This is what he said about gay marriage. And you might say, well, Jose, what do you expect from this kind of people? But it wasn't just an attack on gay marriage or on gays. You know, fuck gays, right? Fuck gays. A lot of people have that kind of attitude around these days. But what he said about Hurricane Sandy and the people who are suffering in the Northeast.
I didn't believe that Obama stood a chance. But again, we're a nation of many different groups, and this nation voted.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
And they voted.
Oh, they did, right? Oh, they did, huh? Talk about voter suppression. The people of this country, you know, these were the same people not that long ago that were saying, you know, when this whole Prop 8 thing happened, the Prop 8 that banned gay marriage in California, and everybody, these social conservatives were like, respect the people have spoken. And they were praying and dancing and tiptoeing and tap dancing and interpretive dancing and all that shit. They were celebrating because democracy won. Now today, gay marriage was voted in favor of, won in these referendi, Washington State, Maine, and Maryland, and in Minnesota. And now they're saying, oh yeah, they did vote, huh? They did vote. Oh yeah, these people voted. I thought you loved democracy, you pro-family activist. I thought that's why you always harp and cry and moan. Let the people vote. Look at what the people have voted. And now you're like, shit. Now they voted, huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
And they voted the wrong way. I think that
they voted the wrong way. Look at that. Who cares? Look, a lot of gay people out there were very disappointed with what happened with Prop 8. Remember all that Proposition 8? Yeah, of course. Everybody remembers that. Wasn't that long ago, 4 years ago. And gay people were, we were really upset about that, yeah. And, but how can we disparage? How can we... we went to court and we settled that dispute. But now you're just berating the voters and saying, oh, this doesn't count. Voted the wrong way. I thought that these people would not say that. A lot of gay people were saying Proposition 8 is wrong and people in California voted the wrong way. A lot of gay people were saying that. And when gay people said that, all these religious right-wing nuts and these reactionaries, they came out and said, oh no, you have to respect the will of the people. And now they're doing this. Now they're doing something. They're saying the same thing that they were denouncing not that long ago, 4 years ago. So it's obvious to me that these people don't have any so-called traditional values, or they don't have any principles. Because principles are transcendent. Let me go back here for a bit.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
And they voted the wrong way. I think that let's take. You talked about gay marriages. The northeastern states, all of them really voted for gay marriages. Big way.
Yeah.
And they've been so blessed recently.
Oh, sarcastically speaking.
Sarcastically, they've been so blessed.
Yeah.
And I understand that they're getting some more rain headed their way now.
Well, it's ice.
Look at that. Oh, they're so blessed. They're so blessed that they're being pounded by a storm, losing their homes. Oh, they're blessed. Look at this. What is this shit? Seriously. Talk about demented rhetoric here. Can you believe it? I mean, can you believe if somebody, like a gay activist, will say, well, Katrina pounded Louisiana because they banned gay marriage. Oh, and that was a blessing. Oh, yeah, that gay person, that gay activist, he would have been hounded. He would have been driven out of town. Somebody like Dan Savage probably might have said that. You know, who knows? Oh, but it's them, so it's okay. It's okay that you relish so sadistically upon the suffering of other people who you don't know anything about. And you're celebrating their demise? Oh, but we're Christian. We love people. We are for people. Oh, yes. We love people. We're not haters. Except when a storm comes in, we cheer the storm. We cheer the storm so the storm can come in and wipe everybody out. Okay, that's really good Christian of you, isn't it? Well, that's one of many reasons why I didn't vote for a Republican this year. Because I don't want to venerate this. I do not. I don't want to venerate this bullshit. And placate it and say, oh, this is great. Because if you give them fuel, I mean, even if you say, well, Jose, you're not really voting for this pastor or minister or prophet, whatever the hell he is. You're not voting for him. No, but I'm voting for his ideas. I'm voting for his party. I'm voting for his clique. I'm voting for his buddies in Washington. And they listen to him. If not him, won't people like him? Because they're, I mean, you think this is the only one that thinks like this? No. A lot of others have said stuff like this. Oh, thank God for Sandy. Thank God for, you know, all this shit. They're thanking God for the misery of other people. And they say that gay people are sinners and we are full of pride? Really? And by the way, he's wearing these black gloves. That's kind of creepy. Talking about like, oh, the people voted the wrong way. And he's like folding his hands with these gloves. Black rubber gloves. I don't know what they are. Oh, they look kind of leathery. Okay, so they're black leather gloves. Looks like he's going to go out for a hanging. For a lynching. He's ready for a lynching. And then he goes on to say that Obama is wicked and all that. You know, here's the thing. I don't believe Obama is wicked. I just don't believe that he's the right person to be the president of the United States. We need somebody more aggressive. Somebody more stronger, who has balls of steel. Who can confront Bernanke in the Wall Street kebab. But we don't have that right now. You know, he's willing to capitulate. Even though he said recently that he's not going to capitulate. He's going to be, oh, I'm not going to support any tax cuts for the billionaires. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Because that's what you said in 2010. And then you capitulated. And then you folded. Folded right before you even made a bet. I mean, what the hell is that about? So, anyway, that's my reason. And you might say, Jose, that's a really shallow reason to, well, it wasn't just him. I mean, look, all these reports of these Republican lawmakers in my own state attending these seminars and these workshops that are being orchestrated by people like this pastor saying the same exact bullshit. There's a pastor right here in my neighborhood that says that the that gay people are running the government, that there's a new world order. Of course, there might be some sort of supreme clique of the power elite. I know that for sure. Because they have money. That's why they're there. They're not there because they're gay or whatever. And I don't think they have any gay elites because they wouldn't want that kind of a person there. But I have heard about this pastor in my neighborhood. He's taking time from these sermons and he's saying, oh, look at this. The homosexuals are controlling America. They're demonic and they have control over the government. Look at Barney Frank. Like Barney Frank, look, he might be a doofus and everything, but Barney Frank is not capable of controlling the government. He wasn't capable of controlling Goldman Sachs or Lehman Brothers. So why do you expect him to control the government? He was a doofus. He was a useless moron. I'll be honest with you. But thank goodness we're living this era. I mean, this era is closing a little bit. It's another chapter in our book, but people like this old freak gargoyle, they're not going to go away. They're going to stick around. I mean, they're going to start. That's why I said. That's why I. Oh, yeah, and I posted on my blog the other day that it's going to go south. It's going to go south. The GOP is going to be more extreme, more anti-gay. In fact, I have another article here about that. That depicts this phenomenon of uber right-wing theology. Oh, I'll bring it up later on. But it just proves to me what I've been thinking all this time. The religious right is going to get more religious, more extreme, and more violent. I've been saying that for the last couple of years. And they're going to get more extreme. They're going to get more aggressive. Because they lost. I mean, they lost already. So why they don't give a shit anymore. They're going to come out in full force. And that's what they do. So, anyway.